All right, welcome to another vlog thing. I haven't done this in a while. Well, I guess like a week or so, but I wanted to do it again because it's been a hot minute, and I wanted to talk a bit about um, enjoyment and vices, right? Because this is something that we don't really talk a lot about as I don't know, like society, at least not as a board game society. And recently, do I have it up here? Yeah, here it is. So I have a whole blog post I did over on Patreon about this, and I won't go into it, but you get like a certain portion of it for free, and then the rest of it is kind of paid walled. And it's also up on my website as well. For those that don't know, the links are down below. Feel free to check it out. And for the Patreon thing, you can sign up for the free tier and then like at least get the beginning part of it. And it really interests you, become a member at any tier level, any paid tier level, and you get the rest of it. But anyway, I want to talk a bit about this because this has come up a bit where it feels like we don't really talk about this, and we should, because we have this habit, and by we I mean me too. I mean, so I'm not like being like holier than thou, like I don't ever do this, it's all on you, right? I do this as equally as much as the next person. uh but I feel like we in this industry get really kind of hooked on to what's the newest, latest, greatest game, right? Constantly you see threads on Reddit, on Board Game Geek, whatever it may be, that XYZ game is going to be coming to Kickstarter Game Found, and it's amazing, right? You have to back it. And then you go to the backing page and it's like $400 to go all in, right? They always start you at like $80 or so, it seems like, or at least USD, right? So I'm talking about an American dollar. So I'm sure in other currencies is much different. But in American dollars is like $80 or whatever. And then, if you really want the full experience, it's all this extra stuff, right? It's marketing 101. That's what they're doing. It's the upsell, is essentially what they're doing. And I get why they do the things that they do. And it feels like for a while we really, I guess, kind of almost through the pandemic, at least in the beginning of the pandemic, everyone was like buying all the things, or backing, I should say, all the things. And now over time, that has kind of waned slightly. Now, obviously, if you look at the stats for Kickstarter or GameFound, what they'll say a lot is that, well, the amount of money we take in is actually more than ever before. And that's true because the games are more expensive. When you dive more into the stats and kind of do like a really rough look at it, the amount, or I'm sorry, the amount of Kickstarters to the amount of backers, right? Like the amount of backers isn't increasing nearly as much. It's I think still increasing slightly, but not like kind of at the exponential rate it was. And the amount of Kickstarters is constantly getting larger, right? Anytime you go on a Kickstarter Game Found, it's just like pages upon pages of like brand new stuff, and some of them are cool and some are not. In my own personal opinion, obviously people may disagree, but this is obviously like the the way that board game publishers have really moved. And I spent a lot of time knocking on FFG, but to be fair to them, they've never really gone this route, right? They've done pre-orders, which is a model I've really enjoyed. Stonemeyer Games, I have issues with them, but they also, Jamie has left this model a while back and done pre-orders, right? It's because they have the capital to basically say, hey, we're going to print this and we're going to ride on the success of this game because we believe this game is so good that we don't need to hype a pre-order with marketing through people like D20, even though D20 doesn't really do that. But YouTubers like D20, where we don't need to kind of like, what's the right way to phrase it? Because there's such harsh ways to put it, and I don't want to make it sound like it's that harsh. But basically, it's FOMO, right? Preying on FOMO. And the reason being is like, well, if you don't back it now, when it comes out to retail, if it comes out to retail, because maybe it won't, it's probably gonna be double the price, right? So they go, oh, well, like I'm saving money, and you're not really saving money, right? You're you're still spending money, right? It's the famous thing. I've had friends that do this and whatnot, and like they go to their grocery store and they buy $200 worth of groceries, and they go, yeah, but I saved $20 because I had coupons. It's like, well, you didn't really save $20 unless you were going to buy those $200. More likely than not, you weren't going to buy certain things, and the coupon encouraged you to buy those things, and you got it slightly discounted and spent more than you meant to spend. Again, not judging. I do it all the time, so I get it. I was the same way with Kickstarters for the longest time, especially from 2017 to about 2020. one or two, I backed like all the things. I backed all the things. And the reason being is because I was like, well, it's a good price now, and maybe I'll get into it, maybe not. Now, me personally, I've fallen way off with Kickstarters because I don't have time to play all the games. I just don't have time. There's too much. There's too much to learn. There's too much to keep track of. There's games that I really enjoy, like Marvel Champions, that's just like, I'll just do that, right? Like, I've already invested in it. I'll just play that. And now that has its own separate issue with continuous expansions, which is the other half of the problem of Kickstarter, which is, okay, I invested in this big game, right? I'm gonna say one particular, and this isn't like me throwing shade at that company, but Chip Theory Games. I love their games. I love their stuff. I haven't really backed their stuff as much, but Elder Scrolls is going to be coming out with a new expansion. And I have to think really hard about this now because I backed the game. I played it a handful of times and I love it. It has a crazy high score on BGG, and I think it's well deserved because it is a really good, fun game. But does it warrant me spending another $100, $200 for an expansion that maybe I will play or maybe not play for quite some time? I don't know. I don't know. And this is the thing that I wanted to talk about, because will the game bring me enjoyment if I back it, right? So let's say I back it and I play it. Will the game bring me enjoyment? And it will. It for sure will. Now, if I only play it, let's just say it's $100 and I only play it one time. It might not be, and I might play it a lot more, but for simplicity's sake, was that enjoyment worth $100? Right now in the video game side of things, people are nonstop complaining about how expensive like AAA and quadruple A games are. And that's a fair argument, right? A lot of games now are $70, $80. When most recently they were down like the 50s or 60s. Now, the counter argument to that is, well, when I was a kid, they were also $80, and $80 was a little bit different back in the day, but whatever. Not get into that argument. Don't really care enough. But the point being is that the prices have gone up, and people are having serious questions of, are the prices worth it? Now, with video games, if you never play the game, then probably not, right? If you play the game and you spend like 5 hours playing it, 10 hours playing it, okay, $10 per hour. Let's assume it's a $100 game, $10 per hour for 10 hours. Okay. Now, do the same exact thing with board games too. I don't want to like mix comparisons here. If Elder Scrolls takes 10 hours to play, did I get $10 an hour worth of entertainment from it? Right? You could do the same exact thing. So it's however you want to break it down. But the reason I bring this up is because I feel like for me personally, I've really struggled with this fine line of enjoyment and vices. Now, I want to talk a little bit about finance, and I think we'll do it more on future Patreon points. But one thing Novels and I have done probably 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, is we track every penny that comes in and leaves our house. And at first, it's terrible because you have to go to admit to your wife, yeah, I spent like $26 on like this pen. I mean, I didn't, but this like really stupid thing, but I really wanted this thing, right? And over time, you start going, is it worth it? Is it worth it? Do I have something else that writes that works equally as well? I do. Do I really need that thing? And in turn, when I spend this time like looking at Kickstarters and games and whatever, I go, do I really want to admit to Novels that I'm about to spend this money on it? And it's not that I can't spend it, but I have to like now spend extra time justifying it. So it's like, okay, do I want to do this? And what has worked for me is I spend 3 or 4 days, because most campaigns are 2 weeks to a month. I go, okay, in that time, is it worth it? Is it worth it? Like, do I honestly see myself playing this? Do I see myself enjoying this? Do I see this worth it? Now, I'm also a completionist, so I have to be really careful, because if I do back this game, are they going to be coming out with 50 expansions? I'm going to go, oh my God, like, yeah, now I got to back this thing too. Now I got to back this thing too. I've gotten better with that, right? Like Arkham Horror, I haven't backed the newest thing, though I'll probably get it if it goes heavy discount. But there's some other games that have had expansions, and I go, I'm good, right? Isofarian Guard is one of them. Great game, but they're coming out with a new one, or they already came out. I stopped paying attention. New expansion, and I said, nope, not going to do it. Not going to do it because I don't put enough hours into the current game. Does it pain me not to have a complete set? Yeah, a little. It's hard. And I know that sounds really weird to some people. Some people are like, what are you talking about? These just like, don't buy the thing. You're not a completionist. You won't understand. I mean, maybe you would, but so for me, it's this balance of enjoyment and vice, right? Anything in this world can be a vice. Anything. I love coffee. I'm sitting here with a cup of coffee in the afternoon, which is actually really this morning's coffee, and I just had to reheat it. But I love coffee. I couldn't imagine giving up. probably could save a lot of money if I stopped drinking coffee, but the enjoyment outweighs it, right? And it's not that bad for you. I don't drink as much as I used to. So I wanted to just bring this up with board games because I think it's been an interesting trend I've seen, especially on the live streams over on twitch.tv/D20Woodworking or kick.com/D20Woodworking, that a lot of people have talked about how, like, yeah, I'm not really sure if I'm going to back this thing anymore. I'm not going to back this thing. Or they go, ugh, D20, I'm like you, I'm a completionist. If I back this, how deep is it going to go? Right? We've done Lord of the Rings recently on this channel. I've really enjoyed playing Lord of the Rings recently. And it's the same as that thing. People go, how much is it going to cost me to get in? I'm like, well, if you're trying to get the OG stuff, just give up now. It ain't going to happen because it's going to cost you thousands upon thousands of dollars if you even find it all. Nightmare packs are terrible to find right now. But on the flip side, when people ask like 20 strong, right, from CT or Chip Theory Games, CTG, I go, well, you can still get it. It's still kind of small right now. It's not too expensive. It's going to be really big. It's going to be really expensive. 2-3 years down the road when they come out with all their expansions, it's going to be all these things. But, maybe it's worth it to you. Maybe you look into it. Maybe you can handle just the core box and be okay. And I think it's this discussion that we never really open up and be honest about. So it's something I wanted to be honest about because it's almost not looked down upon in our industry, but it's just kind of like this weird, like, third rail topic we don't talk about with finances. And we kind of all joke about how, like, I'm spending way too much on board games. And, for a lot of people, it is a joke. For some people, it's not a joke. It's kind of a serious thing where they're just like, I spent way too much on things I cannot afford. And more importantly, will not play and enjoy. And I think it's something that we as a community need to, like, when we recommend games to each other, look at ways to get secondhand games, right? BGG, and I'm sure there's other websites. They have a great job of like doing math trades and stuff like that. It's a really great way to get used games and like get rid of some of your old games, because I have some old games that I need to sell and whatnot, and it's just a great way to like not spend extra money, right? Or that much money, because maybe pay for shipping or whatever, but not to spend that much money, and it will help you kind of scratch that itch of like, I really want that new game, right? So anyway, this was just my little vlog rant that I talked about. I think coming now future of Patreon and on my website, again, both links down below, we're going to be doing more articles really soon about finance, because on the live streams and talking to people, this is something that this industry doesn't spend a lot of time talking about, and just being like really fiscally responsible. Because every hobby kind of invites you not to be. And there's nothing wrong with spending money on your hobbies, right? This isn't D20 saying like, don't ever spend money, don't enjoy things, don't enjoy life. That's not what it is, because I think people take it to extremes on both ways, right? They spend all their paycheck on their games, or they're like, I can't spend a single dime ever because I need $10 million to retire at the age of 80, and then I can finally enjoy life. And there's a healthy balance in the middle. So I think we're going to be talking about that on Patreon moving forward. So this vlog is a little bit of a promotion of the Patreon side of things. If you want to support me there, I greatly appreciate it. Just watching this video really support, but let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know in the comments. If you're listening to the podcast version, then I guess let me know on YouTube what your thoughts are. Like, how do you handle it? And again, I don't want it to be like D20 is criticizing me for enjoying my life. Like, that's not it at all. I just think it's a good, healthy discussion to have about these things. And finance in general is one of like my weird passions. I spend a lot of my personal time investing. I will not give you investment advice because you're not going to blame me when the stock market crashes. But I won't give you investment advice. But I do think being fiscally responsible is a really good thing for people to be willing to kind of have an open space to talk about, right? To talk about these things. It's one of those things that if you ever need help with things, I can try to help you, just general things. Again, we run everything through an Excel document. I'm sure there's apps and stuff too. My wife's old school. She likes Excel documents. So we run everything through that. And this way we know our P&L, or sorry, business term, taking over P&Ls. We know our exact how much money we've made, how much we've spent, every single dollar. So this way we know what to save. We know what to buy things with. We know what to do with, like, right? We know what we have, and we can do things with that money. So anyway, that's all this vlog is. Just a little bit of that type of update. Like I said, if you want to support me on the Patreon, I greatly appreciate it. Or just the website. Again, you can sign up for free, and you'll get like at least the beginning of it, and then you can decide like, hey, D20 has no idea what he's talking about. I'm not going to do this. That's fine too. I understand. But I appreciate your support. I appreciate you liking this video because I know you will, and you subscribing. Thank you so much if you listen to the podcast, or if you haven't yet, make sure to download it, hit the follow button so you know when new episodes go live. See y'all next time.